Arizona, homeowner's best friend.
Now, let's talk about filling that.
Filling that space. So if I'm going 24 inches up, how do I fill that?
Yeah,
that's kind of the question.
Obviously, we don't want, there's some great products out there for gardening, that come pre-soiled. 3 cubic feet is usually what it comes in sack. But that can get pretty expensive if you're going to fill that up 24 inches on a 10 by 20.
Yeah, absolutely. It can get really, and especially if it's 35 inches tall, right? It's like you've got a lot of volume. You got cubic yardage, not just cubic feet.
That's your $64 tomato.
Yeah, that could be your $64 tomato. Benefit of some of those soil mixes, though, is that they last a very long time. And they're structurally sound. They hold together well. I mean, if you're in the Phoenix area, we've got 2. We like looking at the Worm Farms and their bulk mixes. Those are my favorite sources for my optimal mix. My optimal mix is really only needed in the top 12 inches. And so that's an important piece of the puzzle. It's like, okay, well, what do I put in the rest of the space below it? A lot of what we see people do that's very cost effective is they're going to take tree branches. They're going to do what's called a hugelkultur method in a raised bed garden. And so a lot of that volume space, they're going to actually fill with larger biomass, like logs or trimmings from trees and things like that. And they'll compact that into the base, which will break down over time. But at least that initial volume doesn't have to come from your expensive soil mix. And so if I've got a 24-inch bed and I know the top 12 inches, I'm going to put the good stuff. Well, the bottom 12 inches, I'm going to fill with more of the biomass that will break down over time. And I definitely lean more towards the wood products, solid wood products like logs and trees and other things like that, chunks of trees, rather than putting a bunch of rock in there or putting anything that's not going to break down, because they will supply both the drainage as well as long-term nutrient improvement for your entire garden. Likely already have some mycelium or some different fungi that can be synergistic and beneficial, which improves your entire garden long-term.
Rosie on the house, every Arizona homeowner's best friend.